Hello everybody, welcome to Totally Tabled. My name is Shaggy, and today I'm doing a full solo playthrough of Come Sail Away. This is a quirky and puzzly game for 1 to 4 players about loading passengers onto a cruise ship. Now I went ahead and I got everything set up for a solo play. I've set up my ship tiles in the configuration that is recommended for your first play. You always have your grand staircase in the middle, and you always use the 5 guest cabins. Each one represents one of the 5 different colored passengers. You're then going to use 5 of the facility tiles. Those have numbers at the bottom left corner. So you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There are 5 other more advanced facility tiles that you could replace these with. I'll go over those briefly at the end of the video. But for your first play, it's recommended that you use these and that you place them in this configuration. I've then taken 5 of the smaller cabins at random. I then placed this on the 1 player side. I took the numbers corresponding to the facility tiles, shuffled them up, mixed them up, and then put them out here in a random order. I then shuffled up the passenger cards and dealt myself 2. And there we go, that is setup complete. We are ready to begin. Don't worry if you don't know how to play, because I'm going to teach the rules as I go, just like I always do. So let's just jump on in. The game is going to last for 12 rounds, and on each round, we're going to start by picking one of our 2 passenger cards and then discarding the other. I'll choose this one and discard this one, and I'll just place it off to the side here. This is how we're going to keep track of how many rounds we've gone. I now get to place the passengers that are on this card into my ship. So we have a blue, a black, and another black. When we place these, we're going to have to place them in the order that's shown on the card, either going from the left to the right or from the right to the left. And we can start placing on any of the rooms. I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to place this blue passenger. Now, each room has special placement rules. This one, which is denoted by this symbol here, is the dining room. We also have one over here and one up there. In this room, we want 2 different pairs of passengers. So as you can see, the 2 different styles of seats, we can do a pair of colors here and then a different pair of colors there. So I'm going to place this blue passenger right there. That means I need to place another blue passenger right here at some point. And then in these 2 seats, they can be any other pair, but it has to be a different color. I can't put another blue pair there. I now must take my next passenger, which will be this black one, and place it in an adjacent room. So I could either place them in this room over here, or place them up here, which is what I'm going to do. Cannot place them diagonally, and I also cannot place them over here in these blank spaces. Those we're going to fill with these small cabins. But until we fill them, we can't place them over there. All of these guest cabins work the same way. They just require the same color of passenger. So we have 3 black rooms here. I'm going to fill one of them with that black passenger. And then for this last passenger, we have to go on from there. We are sort of snaking, creating a path. So for this passenger, I could either go here into this grand hall, or I guess it's the grand staircase. Even though this space is sort of 2 spaces long, it kind of counts as 1 space for purposes of this snaking. So if we put someone here, then we're basically adjacent to all these other different rooms. But I'm actually going to go up here to this room. This is known as the salon. We have another one down here. And the placement rules here are really easy. We just have 4 seats and they have to be filled with different colored passengers. What we're trying to do is to get these rooms completely filled up, because once they get filled up, we can flip them over, and at the end of the game, we'll get victory points for filling those rooms. Now that we've placed our passengers, we can look to see if we get to advance our luggage marker. And as you can see here, one of our passengers had the luggage marker below them. If we were able to place that particular passenger into their corresponding cabin, which we did, and you can see the cabins have that luggage symbol there to denote that. If we did that, then we can move our luggage token forward 1 space. This first space is empty, so we don't resolve anything, but as we go along, we're going to get special abilities by moving forward our luggage. And eventually here at the end, we'll be able to get a bunch of points at the end of the game for moving our luggage forward. Now at this point, if we had filled any of the rooms, we would flip them over and maybe get a special benefit. We didn't do that yet. Then we would do something called claiming in-demand bonuses. And that's what's going on right over here. What this is letting us know is that if we can fill room 5 by the 5th round, then we'll get to take one of these 3-point tokens. We'll essentially score 3 points. And then if we can fill room 2, which is up here, before the 6th round, we get another 3 points. Room 3 in the 7th round, 4 in the 8th, and 1 in the 9th. If we fail to fill the room in time, we don't lose points or anything, but we won't get the extra 3 points. But because those 2 were first, that's why I came over here, and I'm sort of focusing on trying to fill up those 2 as soon as we can. And there we go, that's the end of a round. We can just discard this card. If we were playing a multiplayer game, we would actually pass the card that we didn't use to the next person and then draw one. But in the solo game, you just discard it and draw 2 more cards. And there we go. We just keep doing this for 12 rounds. I think I'm going to keep this one and discard that one. So we got red, yellow, black, and blue. And again, we have to place these out in order, either going from left to right or right to left. I'm going to start right over here, place the red passenger there. This is the dining room again. This is the one where we need 2 different pairs. Here we have our luggage passenger. The yellow one is going into their cabin, so we'll get to move our luggage forward. Here we just need 4 different colors. And then here I can get our first pair right in there. Now, keep in mind, if you had to place a passenger and you couldn't place them because of the particular placement rules, then you would remove them and you'd put them over here. They'd be a disgruntled passenger and you'd get -1 point at the end of the game. But we were able to place all of our passengers perfectly. And like I said, we get to move our luggage forward because we placed the luggage passenger into their cabin. They have to be on a cabin space. It doesn't work on one of these other facility spaces. And as you can see here, we've moved onto a spot that is letting us place down one of our 5 smaller cabins. We can select any one of them we want. I'll take this one, and then we can place it in any one of these 4 spaces. I'll go here. Actually, I'll go over here. Right there. You can see these pathways, so they are connected through those. And once we get another one here, those can be connected as well. We haven't filled up any of the rooms, so we don't have to worry about in-demand bonuses. Get 2 more cards. And that's it. It really is that fast. So we have a green luggage here, and we have the green cabin there. So we could just go red, green, green. Yeah, that seems good. The other choice would be something like red, black, and blue. Actually, I don't mind that. Yeah, I kind of like that a little bit better because we need to get these done earlier. So let's discard that. You can see here it's round 3. We can track it just like that. We got red, black, and blue. And so I can go red here, black there with the luggage. And then I could put blue here if I wanted to. Or I could put it up here. And I think I'd rather have it there. We got our luggage. We can move that forward. We get to take another one of these small cabins. I think I like the flexibility of these bigger ones. I'm just going to have them over here for now. Actually, maybe I should split them up. Well, That's okay. We'll keep them over here. And then... Now, I haven't mentioned this grand staircase. The placement rules here are pretty simple. You can have as many passengers there as you want. You can place as many there as you want, but you can only have at max 3 different colors. Also, at the end of the game, any passengers that you have sort of remaining on sort of unfilled rooms will give you a point at the end of the game, except for passengers that are on the staircase. Those won't give you any points. So it's better if you can avoid going to the staircase. But a lot of times you'll need to go there because it gives you sort of ultimate flexibility for moving around the ship. Well, I'm thinking we'll use this one. Yeah. We have red, blue, blue, green. And I want to go like this. Red. Then we come over here. Blue. That's going to move our luggage forward. Then we'll come up here for that blue. And then we'll hop over here for green. Now keep in mind, you cannot double back on yourself. So I couldn't have gone, red, blue, blue, and then come back here for green. It's like Snake. You have to keep moving forward. So a few things are going to happen here. First thing is the luggage. These small cabins count as cabins. You can see the little icon there. So we get to move our luggage forward. And now we have a new icon here. This is saying that we can take any color we want from the pier, that's what they call that, and place it anywhere on the ship. That's great. I think I'm going to go ahead and take a red and put that red right here. So we got a nice pair there. We just need one other pair. We now check for full occupancy. And right here, this dining room is fully occupied. We got our 2 different pairs, so we get to flip it. We just take the passengers off, put them back into the supply, flip this over. We don't get any special bonus for this facility tile, but we will get 5 points at the end of the game. And even better, we did it before round 5, so we can flip this over and we get 3 points. That worked out great. Okay, we are now entering the 5th round. Would love to get either a red or a yellow there and complete that one. And I think we can with this one, so let's do it. So I think we'll go in reverse order here. We'll go black, red, yellow. We'll start with black here, or here. Let's go black there. Red here. And that will be our luggage, so we'll get that. And then yellow right there. Bam. So we got our luggage, that moves forward. We get a 3rd small cabin. I guess we'll do this one to get a little flexibility. And now we've completed this salon. Flip. And that was number 2. So that's another 3 points. Beautiful. The next one we need to do is 3, which is right here. And we have 2 rounds to do it. So let's see if we can make that happen. Okay, this is a tricky one. If I were to do this one, I would need to put them there. And so it'd be kind of a long path to get to this one, because I also want to fill one of the spaces there. Here, with this green luggage, I could just put it right there. So I think this is the better one. So that's going to be our 6th round. We're sort of halfway done after this round. Now, the problem is, I think I can't put another red person here. That's the other problem. So I could go something like red, going backwards. Green, that would get us the luggage. Blue in here. And then this green would have to go here. That's an illegal placement, so they have to be put over here, -1. I think that's the best that I could do there. Now we did get our luggage, so we get to move this over. And here we have a choice. We could either take someone who was on the grand staircase and move them to any other location, or again, we can take from the pier and place any color in any location. I'm just going to go ahead and place a blue right here so we can complete this tile. We've now completed number 3. We flip it. And bam, we have done it. Another 3 points. Okay, we're doing great. Time for round 7. Now, getting 4 done is going to be tricky. Again, we have 2 rounds, but as you saw, because of that, we are able to get 3 out here if everything goes perfectly. I think I like this one. And I think we'll just go red in here, yellow, and then red on the staircase. We got our luggage, and we get our final small cabin. I'll take that one. Nothing's complete. And now for round 8. Now, I haven't talked about these cards that only have 2 passengers on them. The cool thing about these is you can place these 2 passengers anywhere on the ship, and they don't have to be adjacent to each other. So your reward for having fewer passengers is more flexibility. Unfortunately, those aren't the colors that we need. So I don't think that's going to help us at all. Can we do this? Ugh. Actually, we can. Yeah. So we got blue, red, blue, yellow. And the way I want to do this is start here, blue, different color, perfect. Red is going into the staircase. We can have as many reds as we want there, so that's nice. Then we'll come up in here, blue. That will give us our luggage bonus. And then yellow can come over here. And now we just need a red and a yellow there. That's perfect. Move our luggage. Once again, we could place someone from the staircase or from the pier. Let's do the pier. And that's going to complete this room for us in the nick of time. Flip it. And there we go. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get this one done in time because it's already round 8. On round 9, we're only going to be able to place one of those, and we're not going to get that bonus with the suitcase. Although, actually, it might still be possible. Let's see. Going into round 9. This is going to take some thought. Green, black. Oh, see, that's close. Now, I may not have mentioned that, but just because these rooms are face down, that doesn't mean that you skip over them. If you place a passenger there, that room's already filled and they become a disgruntled passenger. So you have to be careful about how you do that. Okay. I could go... it's not going to quite work. What I was trying to do was complete one of these cabins, because when you complete a cabin, you flip it over and you get to move your suitcase marker forward 1. So if we could complete a cabin and get our suitcase person into a cabin, we get to move this twice, and then we could put down something and possibly fill that. So I could go something like green, black, red, yellow. That would complete 3 cabins, but I'd only get to place 1 there, and I don't have enough room to get over there. And then something like this, I could go black, blue, green, red. Beautiful, but I wouldn't be completing a cabin. So I would just be moving that forward 1, and I still wouldn't complete that. Yeah, I just don't think there's any way of doing this. So we could go red, green, blue, black. Yeah, same problem. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to get that. That's unfortunate. I still think I will go with this one. And let's go backwards. Red, green, blue, black. Red, green, blue, black. And we'll get to move this forward. That'll be at least 1 point at the end of the game, but we're probably going to move up further than that, hopefully. Nothing's completed at this time. And because this is the 9th round, we flip this over. Our chance of getting those 3 extra points are gone. We were very close. Very, very close. So now we just want to move that up as far as possible and get as many of these completed as possible in the next 3 rounds. I think I'll go with this one. I think I want to do something like yellow. Oh, but then we're not getting our luggage bonus if we do that. Yeah, I would like to get that luggage bonus, but maybe we should skip that for now. Okay, I think we're not going to be able to get this luggage bonus. I guess I could go yellow, black, yellow, and then we'd lose blue. And then I'd get the... Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. We're going to start here in the staircase. Yellow. Oops, then it's black. Here. Then yellow. And then we'll put blue down here, but that's an illegal placement. We got our suitcase. Boom. Now, for this luggage bonus, we can actually take one of our disgruntled passengers and place them anywhere on the ship. Or we can just take one from the pier. Let's take this green guy and put him right here. And now we've completed all 3 of these. We flip this one over. That's going to be worth 5 points at the end. That's going to be worth 5 points at the end. And this one, worth 5 points, and we get to move our luggage forward 1. Very nice, very nice. Round 11. Well, we could... Okay, so we have green, black, we could go black here and then blue here, so that black would just be the illegal placement. I like that. Yeah, let's do that. We got green, black, black, blue. So we start here, green, black with the luggage. So that'll move forward. We'll do black here and then blue here. This is an illegal placement, so it goes down here. Move our luggage up. And now we've completed this one. And this one. That's going to move our luggage again. In this spot, again, we can take either from the stairway, from our disgruntled, or from the pier. Let's take this guy, put him in there. We've now completed this one. Move our luggage again. And now we're just getting points. And now it's time for the final turn. Ooh, black and green are the wrong colors. We didn't get a yellow. Ah! So we can't complete either of those. That's unfortunate draw. But we can at least do blue. Yeah, man. We're going to have to go blue, red, blue, and just have one illegal placement. That was too bad. Blue there, red, blue. This is illegal. This is complete. And that is it. We now just get to add up our score and see how we did. Okay. First thing we're going to do is look at all of our full rooms. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, plus 8, that's 53. We then get points for passengers that are still in our ship, but we don't count the ones on the staircase. So that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we add up our bonuses here. We got 4 of those, so that's 12. We got our luggage to 9. And we're going to lose 2 points for our disgruntled passengers. All that added up is 77 points. And if we look here in the back of the rule book, it shows that 75 to 79 is the Atlantic's best crew. If we had gotten 3 more points, we would have been a legendary crew. Oh, I think we could have done it if we had gotten a yellow passenger there in the final round. We were so close. And there you go. That is a complete solo game of Come Sail Away. It's obviously extremely quick and very puzzly. Now, I wanted to show off some of the other tiles that you can add. After your first couple of games, you can mix up where these all are, and you can add some of these more advanced tiles that have different placement rules. This is the theater. You're going to place 3 passengers of the same color and then 1 passenger of a different color. Once you've filled up this tile, you can remove all of the disgruntled passengers that match the 2 colors of passengers that are here. That could be really valuable late in the game, especially if you've stacked up a bunch of disgruntled passengers. This one here is the library. You're going to place 4 passengers of the same color. When it's completed, you can take 1 of those passengers and then place them anywhere on the ship, and then just discard the other 3. This is the pool. In this one, you simply are placing passengers of 5 different colors. Here you have the bar. These passengers must be seated from left to right. And you can see by the seats, you need 1 color, then 2 of a different color, and then one of the same color as the first. And they have to be seated in that order. And then last, you have the luxury apartments. You need to place 3 different colors here, but you can only place the luggage passengers here. No other passengers. So yeah, you can mix in these different tiles, and keep in mind when you're playing multiplayer, you make sure that everyone has the same setup. But there you go, that does it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.